How are you ding-dong diddly doing there, gamerinos? Hope you're having a philanderific day. I don't know why I'm resetting this. Whoa. I thought it was already done. Wait. Hang on. Huh? Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take this step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about the experience. You're paying attention. No problem. I didn't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay. You got it. I can't wait to put in my favorite time. I can't wait. I feel like I've really earned it, you know?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Yeah, we've already seen this. I don't... Welcome back. Quit the game, then start it again. Cool.
All of his co-workers were
Neat.
gone.
I got a trophy for that.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. I know y'all are gonna be shocked by this, but again, so many fucking stupid, annoying leftists on X. Just obnoxious. And not even right about fucking the shit they yammer about.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Like, literally no clue what you're talking about. Whether it's gun control, whether it's about, like, Trump and
Yet
his
there was not a single person here either.
convictions.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Fine. We've already done it. We don't
Coming
need to
a staircase,
do it again.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, what? It won't let me go in here? What the fuck? But yeah, they just love shouting, "Oh yeah, felon, convicted felon," and it's like, oh, you're talking about the
Stepping
the
into his
fucking
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not
what
an
was it, like,
indication of any human life. Shocked,
7?
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
I was so
by
close.
sheer
I knew it was
luck.
28.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
It's like, but like, oh, you're talking about how like Trump paid too much taxes? Is that the thing that's so bad? Either that or like some of it was like some real estate shit, and it's like, But if you're gonna arrest Trump for that, like, real estate shit, then you need to
Descending
arrest
deeper into the
so
building,
many fucking,
Stanley
like,
realized he felt a bit
real
peculiar.
estate
It
moguls
was
and,
a
like, even
stirring of
people in
emotion in his
Congress,
chest, as though he felt more free to
for
think
it
for
to be
himself,
even, like,
to
slightly
question the
fair.
nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh,
What
it's this
horrible
room.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, that's where we were, right there.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So the federal judges, I forget what that's called. I guess like a federal judges court. That's crazy.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this
Oh, that's
time?
something else they don't
Was this the only
understand is
reason
the
he was
Supreme
happy with
Court's
his
order.
boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, if he was watching MSNBC, then yes.
But
Very
here was the
much
proof,
so.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You okay? Let's turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Sure did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what
Why
you
not?
wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you
thank
need
you.
to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
So I didn't
If you
feel
want
like
to
it.
throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm
Okay.
afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent,
Okay.
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are
run.
set to explode, eliminating the entire
Wait,
complex.
nuclear?
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
What?
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes
Disable
off.
controls,
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Oh.
What's
Okay,
that?
no.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office
So what
sink
am I
into the
supposed to
ground,
do?
swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this,
Oh,
though,
okay,
this
okay,
version of
5?
events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make
Find a
sense of
5
everything
somewhere?
and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My
5?
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra
5?
time on the clock, why not?
Thank you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Okay. There's another
Oh, dear
5.
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or
What?
what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume
But I already
when you
pressed
saw
the
that
5
timer
button.
that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that,
I don't
Stanley?
get
That this
this.
video game can be beaten? Won? Solved?
Maybe I'm not
Do you
supposed to
have
do
any
it.
idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
Oh.
It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
A green and then 5
This is not
maybe?
a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30
that's
seconds
fucked.
you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Okay, that's fucked. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna Google. Okay, so I guess I can't. That's not an option. There's no way to turn it off.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I haven't seen anything else on the computer, which is weird. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the... Okay, I don't know why that reset.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, it does open. So, I don't think this is gonna do anything, actually, so... just gonna ignore it. Oh, there's a computer there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, this game is great.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel rejuvenated, alright. You know, it's kind of fucked up. I was supposed to go in at to work at 5 today. Or tomorrow. But my boss was like, I need you to come in early. Like, what?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
And something tells me...
The lights rose.
Something tells me next week is going to be fucked
what
up.
What horrible secret did this place hold?
Because I see that I've got Monday and Tuesday off, which normally I'd be like, oh, that's a good thing. That means I'm going to get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. I'm going to get my 3 days off and 40 hours a week. But
now the monitors
something tells me I'm not getting 3 days off, 40 hours a week. Something tells me I'm getting 2 days off.
The lives of so many individuals reduced
somewhere
to
around
on a screen.
50.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
I just have a
nothing.
Bad feeling.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I did it. I did it the right way. Aren't I a special guy?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
Wow, we're free.
But happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Complete the Stanley Parable. Aww. So there's a couple more endings that we can get.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Did
room.
a
Perhaps
quick
he had
little
simply missed a
search.
memo. No matter
Little
how
searchy
hard
search.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
I was
co-workers.
also right. There is something that's up with this computer ending. So I guess I gotta do that 5 times. And we're gonna get one that I'm kind of surprised I didn't get.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
Actually,
not the correct
2
way
of
to the
them.
meeting room, and Stanley
I'm gonna
knew
get
it
2 that
perfectly
I'm kind of
well.
surprised I
Perhaps
didn't
he
get.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But we're not gonna do that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Wait, what? Wait, no computer? There's not a computer somewhere? There's only one other computer I can think of. So I guess we're gonna go to the boss's office?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ah! There we go.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks.
hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Kill sprees. Okay. Thank you. That was really convenient, actually.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I guess we'll do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh yeah, I need to...
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
Yay, we did it.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy. How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Looks like there's one more, maybe. No, it's saying that I've got 2 or 3 more to do.
When Stanley came
But
to
I
a set
swear
of
I've
2
done
open
this
doors,
before.
This was not the correct way to
But
the
it's
meeting
saying
room,
I get
and Stanley
something
knew it
different if
perfectly
I do
well.
it, so
Perhaps
I
he
guess
wanted to
we're gonna
stop
try
by
it
the
again.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you
Yes, I
that
do.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yes, I am.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Hello there, Joshy. Nice to have you
Would you
here.
say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest
I
answers,
am
please.
trying to figure out how to
Hey,
get
I
some of
nearly
these
forgot. I've got a
endings.
prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
We're gonna let the
You
baby
click
die.
the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands
used
of
to
family
be.
life. I think
Used
the
to be, but I'm
outgrowths
playing on
will really
PlayStation.
take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you
Don't
give
have
it 4
4
hours of play
hours.
to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since
I
my
guess
game
we
is so
can't get
awful, why
Portal
don't we
in
play someone else's
Minecraft,
game,
so...
just to ease the pain? Let's see.
Apparently it used to be Portal in Minecraft, which is what confused me.
Yes. Seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
But instead we only get this beautiful game here.
Ah, fascinating.
And
what do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Rocket League.
What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything.
Again, I wish this was my real life.
And it seems
How are you doing, Joshy?
Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Does sound like they kept the Minecraft door noise in. Doing good? Nice. That's what I like to hear. This is beautiful, though. Beautiful. Again, wish I could just live here. Oh, man.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off.
No!
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
Nah.
Thank heavens we avoided it.
So basically,
now, Stanley.
It's hard to explain.
I'm going to get us out of here.
Just keep watching for a little bit. It'll be easier for me to show you.
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Because this is the weird game.
I think this will be just the thing.
It's a great game, but it's a little weird.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this
I'ma get
is
lost.
Game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Prepare to be phenomenally impressed.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley,
oh, we must.
Here's the ball. Have fun. Hold on. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, this game is crazy.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't.
Poor narrator. So, I mean, I guess I can kind of explain it to you. There's the narrator, right? And he's telling us what to do. So, basically, I've just been ignoring everything that he's saying. So he got pissed and he sent us to Firewatch and Rocket League.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
Nah, I don't need you.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this
Oh,
ends,
yes,
after it
yes,
all
I'll be
comes to a
back. There's no
close,
other way.
then I'll be back.
Close,
The end
yes,
will be
I'll be
here
back.
soon.
Very
Very
soon.
soon. I can wait.
I wish I could nail his voice, but I just can't. Maybe I can if I really worked at it. Oh. Welcome to heaven, Stanley. Whoa! So many buttons. This is crazy. Look at me go. Look at me go. Look at me go. I'm pressing all of the buttons. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Let me double check though. There's no way I'm gonna be able to press all of the buttons, so. Yeah, there's nothing more I can do. So I guess I just gotta keep resetting the game. Kinda reminds me of the movie Everything All at Once. Not familiar with it. The end is never 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 the end. Okay, we gotta basically keep doing this until we find a whiteboard in the room. It's a very random movie. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So when are we getting the whiteboard? No? Okay. Well, this is content now, isn't it? No, if I keep doing this, it should change the layout of the office. And then, it's like a secret ending. Okay. If we don't get it here soon, I think we're just gonna move on. Yeah, I'm moving on.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
We're gonna find out. Whoa! New content. That's wild.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Whoa.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh, I agree, Mr. Narrator.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Funny.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe mostly
Are awesome.
tedious. It's as if
No?
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Alright. Let's do it.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is amazing. This is all I've ever wanted from this game, is just to be able to jump. No! No! Aw. Well, now I'm sad. Okay, alright, we ran out of jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes
The jumping
for
was
exciting
exciting.
new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I am too.
That's it?
Okay.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Okay, I guess I have to. Is this the whiteboard ending? Oh, what? Huh? What in tarnation?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Okay, alright. What is it? What is it, Mr. Narrator? What the fuck is this? Coffee cup and a screwdriver? Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking
The
about
jumping
the past
circle was
and how
awesome.
much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a
Oh,
look.
okay.
I call
Okay.
it the Memory Zone.
Whoa.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back
Shut
in
up.
October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow. Oh my wow. Smile because it happened. Okay, $1 bill. Go outside, don't play the game for 12 years. Wow, oh my gosh. Crazy, you guys.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now,
Dark
it's
Souls.
nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
This game is crazy awesome. Oh, there's the 2 doors. Look at that. Wow. And it's Stanley. Wow. Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
game is great. The serious room. Am I allowed in? How do I get into the serious room? I want to get into this. Oh, if only I didn't use all of my jumps.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years.
Steam
I can't even
reviews.
imagine what's been collecting
Oh,
down here.
no.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Steam reviews.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This game is amazing. It's so meta. Pressurized gas reviews.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually
You're
quite
wonderful.
shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, it's even better. It's even better, Mr. Narrator. Yeah, you missed all of the great parts, like the broom closet. Broom closet was pretty great.
Say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
He's not going to take that
yes.
well.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue for... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Press the button
You've
again?
just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
A week?
2
Wow,
weeks.
okay. Oh.
Oh, hello. It's you.
Hey.
You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us.
See. Hello? Mr. Narrator? Okay.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed.
This game is amazing.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. I think we broke him. Ooh. Wow. Guess it has been a minute. Let's press it again. Whoa. Got like some plants and shit here. Wow, it's been a minute. Let's press it again. Oh, is it end of days? Oh, that doesn't sound good. We better hit the button again. Whoa. Button? Oh no. Oh no! It was Earth the whole time! Yeah, I've never seen a game like this. Yeah, you probably won't see another one ever like this one. Quite like this one again. Wow, this is kind of open world. What the... I know how he hates the open world. Oh. Okay, guess not. What the hell? Okay.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. New content. You know what? I'm actually gonna call it here because it is getting kind of late, and we will save this for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, Joshy. Thank you to anyone else who may have tuned in and didn't chat with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to the YouTube crowd who's gonna like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.